One of the things that I love about the season in Paris is all of the food. Like the French, y'all, the French do it so well. They are so particular about their food and like the way that they eat. And so there's so much like very specific food for this time of year that you can't get any other time. And it just, oh my gosh, I can't wait. But because they are so particular about food, the downside is that it's not going to show up for like probably another 2 weeks. But I cannot wait. They have what's called a bûche de Noël. But one of the things that I just love about this time of year here in Paris, I love like the holiday lights. I really appreciate those. I think the Christmas markets are so fun. Already I went to the Tuileries market and my friend and I got, you know, vin chaud and a sausage. And I was going to film it for you all, but let's just say we got a little crunk. The vin chaud was big, but literally I just love mulled wine so much. I'm really going to try to get out of Paris though and just explore a little bit more of France because I think, you know, Colmar is really pretty, Strasbourg, etc. I really want to get up to Brussels, so yes. But I'm hungry, and I was it's so cold outside, so it's finally cold. It may even snow today, and I realized that I do, in fact, have to leave my house, even though I don't want to, because I have to go to the market today, because I won't be able to go tomorrow. So I'm frantically going to make myself a bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit. You know, a girl is going to do what she's going to do. I'm going to do it on this bread that I bought from the boulangerie. And I should toast this, but instead I'm just gonna put it in the oven. It'll be fine. Just pop the bread in the toaster because it was getting a little hard, just like I liked it. Now we want it toasted to perfection, and then I'm going to throw in the eggs. So good. I love this. So I'm a bit more freaked out than I thought that I would be. 2 people tried to rob me on the street today. I was walking down a well-known boulevard in this great quartier. I was getting some flowers. I used to live close to there, so I like that market. I was getting some flowers. The produce guy I like is there, so I was getting some produce. I was walking back down that street because I was going to get on the bus. And I walked past, I was getting close to this restaurant, and I saw this girl, maybe like 16, 17. And she was close by the restaurant, and I didn't really think much of her. But then all of a sudden, she kind of starts trying to get close to me, and she's saying something, and I'm thinking she's asking for money, so I'm just like, no, 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 like kind of get away from me. And she starts to get more and more aggressive and gets more and more in my face, like trying to get more and more in my face. And I'm kind of like, no, like, and my arms are full and my hands are full. And I'm like in the air and I'm just like, no, like, she's just saying stuff and it's not making any sense. And something about her mother, and I'm just like, you know, kind of like, get away. And I'm like, no. And while I'm doing this, she's getting more aggressive, and then I hear it. I hear a motorbike. And I knew instantly, these people are trying to rob me. And when it happened, when that clicked in my head, I just was like, it went into instant mode, right? Like my reflexes completely took over. My, you know, natural inclination to have people stay far away from me, that fight instinct was already kind of active, but then the flight took over as well, because I heard the motorbike and I just knew I need to position myself so that he cannot get close to me, so that where I was just passing this restaurant. The thing about where this restaurant is situated is it's on the street, but the street is actually also a bridge. And so underneath the street is another street, right? And so where the entrance to this restaurant is positioned, and kind of where I was, is that right next to me, you know, right next to kind of this entrance to the restaurant, is the corridor or the stairs that you take to go down to get to the street underneath. So I positioned myself more towards like the right. I'm sorry, I'm not describing it very well. If the step area where you go down was like right here in the middle, I positioned myself more to the right. The restaurant is to the left. The entrance to the restaurant is right here. So I just was like trying to veer as close to the street as possible, because I knew that the motorbike would not be able to get to me where I was wedging myself. The motorbike wouldn't be able to come up on my side like this. It would have to go here and around that barrier. And if it had to go around that barrier, there's a much higher chance I'm going to be able to like get into the street and on the other side of the cars before he can get to me. So as I'm doing that and like moving, and this girl is in my face, I'm listening to this motorbike and my hands are like this, like trying to make sure she like stays away, and I have all this stuff on me. And then fortunately, all of a sudden, like there was nobody there, and then all of a sudden there was this man there. And when this man appeared, the girl freaked and she starts running, and I'm looking at her and I'm watching, and she's like running straight down the street, and I'm just staring at her and she's just taking off, and I'm like, did no one else just see what happened? And the man who is walking is looking at me kind of like, you know, like, what's wrong with her? And looking at the girl like, what's wrong with her? And I'm like, you know, not processing. And the guy on the motorbike is over there, right? Like, he's now acting like he just parked his motorbike on this bridge for just to, you know, check the time or whatever else. And then all of a sudden he just like turns and goes off the sidewalk and back into the street, like in the same direction as the girl. And it's just like, none of it's processing. None of it's processing. And I was just like, what is happening? And so I called the police, and I was like, hello? I just had 2 people who tried to rob me on this well-known street. And they were like, okay, you know, what you need to do is you need to come into the commissariat. You need to make a police report, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, but you need to send a patrol. And he was like, madam, we're not going to send a patrol to take your report on the street. I said, no, sir. You need to send a patrol because there are old people. This is a street that is like literally all wealthy old people. I said, anybody else can be attacked by them. And he goes, oh, you have a point. Yes, I have a point. So then he goes, did you just get a description of the motorbike? I was like, it happened so fast, but also, sir, if you send a patrol, I guarantee you, they're still there. They're literally running down the street. I'm watching them. It's like, oh, okay. You have a good point. I was like, so, honestly, I don't know what the commissariats are for, what the police do in this country. I genuinely don't. So, I was panicked. I'm freaked. I'm shouting at this policeman. Because I'm like, at first he goes, Madam, I don't know what you're saying. You know, it's not making any sense. You need to speak to me. What language do you speak? And I was like, English! He was like, speak to me in English. And I start speaking. And I'm like going a mile a minute. And he's like, I don't understand. I was like, because you don't speak English. So then I switched back to French. And he could understand my French, right? They're always like, no, they can't understand French. But now they can understand it. So now he's understanding my French. Yeah. I'm totally, like, I got back home. My neighbor was there. I told her what happened. She was like, oh my gosh, she invited me into her house. She's so sweet. She talked to me. And then I came here and sat down. I don't really want to leave my house. I have an event to go to, but I don't want to leave my house. It freaked me out more than I thought it would. I feel weak. I don't like to feel weak. I broke my headphones. In the chaos of it all, I broke my headphones. It's really annoying. So I have to go buy new headphones. But like, what the heck? Thank God I have my crossbody bag on. Like that crossbody bag, like I had my Toomey crossbody bag, where I had not had that on. Those people 100% would have been able, and if those other people had not shown up when they did, like, what the heck? Like, this girl was, like, France needs to do some, like, this is what's beginning to bug me. France doesn't do enough about this stuff. Which I get why. Because they have real, like, security issues that they have to deal with, which I can't talk to you about. I do actually know about. But stuff like this, like, this in and of itself is the type of thing that will, like, freak people out. Like, I should be able to go and buy my vegetables and my bouquet once a week. My bouquet. And just be able to do that. Whatever. I don't want to leave my house. I don't know if I'll be able to go to this event. I don't want to leave my house. Hello, my dears. So, yesterday I went to the commissariat. I don't know if I mentioned this, but I did go to the commissariat. And I reported, or tried at least to report what happened to me. But I ended up sitting there for 2 hours. And finally was just like, I can't sit here any longer. I, unfortunately had some place to be, but then also, you know, I just wanted to be in my house. I was cold and everything else. It was something I did not expect or anticipate, is that now I'm a little afraid to leave my house. I had to go to, last night it was someone's vernissage. It was art gallery opening, and you know, a bunch of people, it was someone from our church, we're all supposed to be going, and I just felt like so whatever. Like, I was really genuinely scared to leave my house. And I was so happy when I got back home to just be in my house. And it even snowed at 11 o'clock. And normally I would have, like, put on my boots and, like, gone and danced in the snow. But I didn't want to. And then, like, even now, I'm getting ready to go to church. I'm actually going to a friend's church. And I invited somebody to come with me. And I, like, just genuinely want to cancel because I don't want to leave my house. And this is not in the, it's cold outside and it's gray and there's no sun sort of way of not wanting to leave my house. It's in the, like, I don't want to have to be on the street. And I've never felt like that before. So I feel very, very disoriented, to say the least. I think it is important for me to leave my house, though, because if I don't, fear will set in, and that much I don't want. So I'm going to go. I put on my simple little Alaya dress. This is my favorite dress. It's black. And I'm just going to put on my white knee-high boots. It's really cold outside, so maybe I'll put on my snow boots instead. Okay, let me go. Let me not, we're not going to let fear set in. We're not going to let fear set in. We're going to go. We're going to go. So, yeah. I am so discombobulated that I have my dress on backwards. Completely backwards. And the problem with having this dress on backwards is that this dress, the front of it actually zips at the bottom. So if the back, if you have it on backwards, essentially your whole tuchus is exposed to the air. Imagine me visiting a church I've never been to with my whole derriere in the air. So, yeah. Yeah, I don't want to go. I don't want to go. I don't want to leave my house. In the interest of my mental health and the anxiety that I now feel, I've made the decision today not to leave my house all day. So I'm just going to stay in all day, and I'm going to ride out this anxiety attack that this thing has caused me to have. I didn't realize I was having an anxiety attack until probably, like, last night. And now, like, today, it's, like, full-blown. Like, it's just full anxiety, full panic. My heart is racing. I can't breathe. Like, the full thing. So, I just gotta ride these out. I'm gonna ride it out. I ride out every single one, so I'm going to ride this one out. When they come, it's like an overwhelming sense of, like, just doom. And that's how this has made me feel. It's made me feel, like, a lot more vulnerable than I thought I would feel. Because I already, like, do not like people in my space. Like, in my personal space. I don't like a lot of people in, like, my little 5-foot radius bubble, right? So it's just, like, trying to, like, process all of that stuff. And then, you have all, like my family's like, do you think you were targeted because you were, you're black? And it's like, no, I think I was targeted because I had an arm full of stuff. Like, my arms were full of stuff, and I was alone on the sidewalk. But, like, when people start saying that stuff to you, it just sends you on a whole nother level of panic. And, these as Parisians, so Parisians, when their family members from outside of Paris come, the word is provincial. People call these provincial, like, AKA, like, these little, like, peasants, these people who till the ground, farmers, And my provincial family is like, didn't understand when I told them what happened. They were like, we don't understand. And I had to go on TikTok and get one of those videos of people having their phone stolen in London and send it to them on the motorbikes. And then they were like, oh, does that happen often? I was like, it's the first time it's ever happened to me. It's the first time I'm hearing about it. And then, and then my dad was like, well, now are you equipped to, like, identify it next time so it can't happen to you again? I was like, you mean I now have to be afraid of every single random person on the sidewalk and all the motorbikes? I was like, no, I'm not prepared to identify this again, because they had me cornered before I knew that I was even in a trap. I was just like, how do I get out of the cornering? These provincial people. Like, honestly, you all. Like, I know we live by cows, but come on here, So anyway, yeah. So I have a panic attack. I'm going to ride this panic attack out. I should get through it by the end of the day, is my hope. I'm not going to buy any more candy, because that'll get me wired up. Not going to I do have a very lovely bottle of champagne, but not going to drink that, because it's going to get me wired up. Instead, I'm trying to chill. And yeah. So, that's what's happening. But it was much scarier than anything I could have expected. So I'm trying to watch Christmas movies. I'm watching Christmas movies to make myself feel better. And I watched one Christmas movie called Champagne Problems, and it's based on this girl coming to Paris. You guys, these Christmas movies make Paris look like it is, like, one, clean, and two, the Christmas heaven. And they put stuff everywhere. These movies just bug me. Maybe I should watch The Polar Express instead. But anyway, yeah. It will be okay. It will be okay. I think I need to give myself a day to stay in, so I give myself a day to, like, fully go through the full anxiety attack. And then, tomorrow I have French class, and we just start again. We just start again. We live, we move forward. So yeah. Anyway. That's all I have to say. Bye.